Last week, I brought two new hymns to this congregation, ones that we had not heard before. Both have been written in the past decade or so, and both speak in a distinct way to our current times. But what has always amazed me is how often words written down over 2,500 years ago also speak to our times. Already in the time of Jesus, the words of Genesis were over 1,000 years old, and those of the prophets were several hundred. In ancient times, these were already ancient texts. And yet, God continues to speak to us today through them. Wash yourselves, make yourselves clean, remove the evil of your doings from before my eyes, cease to do evil. Learn to do good, seek justice, rescue the oppressed, defend the orphan, plead for the widow. There is no ambiguity in the prophets. Our God is not of this world. Our God is a jealous God who demands true devotion. Ceremonies, celebrations, feast days, all of these things we do to show devotion to God are nice, and they do serve a purpose in reminding us that we are part of a community that is devoted to this one God. And if we enter into these acts of reverence and praise with our whole hearts, they serve to remind us who that God is and what being in communion with God means. But the ceremonies, celebrations, feast days, and acts of reverence and praise are not what it means to be followers of the one God. True devotion means embracing our existence as articulated in the book of Hebrews. We are refugees, migrants, foreigners, sojourners in this land that is not our own. Not just within the United States, where all of us who are not Native Americans are living in a land that was already inhabited, but within this world as a whole. We are here on this plane of existence for the blink of an eye in the midst of eternity. And while here, we are called upon to bring into being our true homeland, our eternal home in heaven. We are called to care for one another, looking upon all as our neighbors, our siblings, ourselves, and a reflection of the divine. When we turn away from the suffering of those among us, we turn away from the suffering of God in our midst. When we oppress, imprison, starve, and leave homeless those around us, we do this to our God. It serves no purpose to praise God on Sunday morning and refuse to share what we have with one another on Monday. Our times together as church serve to recommit us to our mission on earth. It does not in and of itself fulfill that mission. But this recommitment is important because it helps us to not put off until tomorrow what can be done today. Through this recommitment, we are reminded that our time on earth will come to an end. And whether it is our personal time or the time of all humanity, we do not know when it will end. And so we are reminded to be prepared at all times, to give an accounting of how we lived our lives, how we cared for one another, how we have lived in true devotion to our God.